Right, I'll walk you down from top to bottom, up by the wood pile, which is loving this weather. I mean, at least there's some bonus to it being, it's going to be 105 degrees, like 40 odd today again. Not a cloud in the sky. The mulberry is hanging on in there. So I give it like a watering can of water every 3 or 4 days, depending on if it's going to be 40 every 3 days, if it's going to be like only 35 or 36 every 4 days. We've got a little apple tree in here that is just hanging on as well, but these get blasted by the evening sun. The mulberry late evening is all right, the apple tree just gets it full whack. And you can see the honeyberries that are planted up here. There's one there and there's one in there that are totally gone. This one's hanging on because it gets quite a bit more shade, so I won't plant any honeyberries in there again. This one's hanging on. This one I put the sawhorsey thing over it, and it's hanging on. This one's hanging on, but yeah, no, honeyberries do not need afternoon sun. And on this little level, the herbs are all right because I give them a spray every now and again. The honeyberries here I'm watering a lot more often, otherwise they wouldn't survive. But they're all right. All my tomatoes, I've even got a few bits of kale coming through. If I can get those kale to get enough roots, I'll stick those in the autumn, and they'll be fine. Same with the tomatoes. If we get a week where, I think this thing just popped up here. It's pretty. It came from nowhere, gets no water, gets nothing. The figs are all surviving. I don't know where they find their water. The main fig tree has got loads on it. Yeah, we get a week where it's going to cool down into the 20s and we get a bit of rain, then I'll stick those tomatoes in the ground as well. But for the moment, that is not the case. We had that 27 millimeters on Saturday, and that's it for a month and a half. The vines are surviving, they're not thriving, because I get to water those quite a bit. That worked well when the rain came. And in this first bed, everything's kind of hunky-dory because I get there with the hose and I give that a bit of a wash over every morning. It takes me 5 minutes, and I planted out quite a few tomato plants in there, and they're not thriving, but they are surviving. And the trees here are all right. I've got a few red cabbage. That one's going dust. They're not growing, but they're surviving. So we get a week of rain, then things will start to grow. And the potty marron and butternut are all right. But as I said, I water this every day at the moment, early in the morning or late at night. Sometimes both, when it's been a period of, we get days where it's 40 every fucking day for about 3-4 days in a row, and then it cools down to 38 or some shit. And apart from that, but all the trees, well, as I said, they're surviving but not thriving. And I do those like the mulberry up top every 3 or 4 days, depending on what's what. So I've lost the cherry in there, but that was to caterpillars. I've lost that sea berry in the middle there to the heat, and I lost the second cherry down, a mixture of caterpillars and heat. It held on for a while longer, but it just got wanged by the heat. And the peaches are all loving it. I've actually got some fruit coming on them, which are small and still very hard. But I'll replace that cherry and that cherry there with apricots, seeing as the peaches do so well. The pawpaws are actually all right. I'm quite pleased with those. So as you can see, everything's kind of surviving but not thriving. But it's totally unprecedented what we've had. Well, not unprecedented, because I've had the neighbours round who have lived here for 42 years up the hill, who are moving out on Saturday. The plums are all right. And some of the goomies are really loving it. See, that one there is loving it. That one there is loving it. That little one next to it, less so. Some of them are small and some of them are really loving it. Anyway, the neighbours were saying 2003 was the last time that we had a dry patch and a hot patch like this. 2003 was exceptional. So they've had it before, but what? So that's 23 years ago. So that sea berry there is exactly the same as the one up top, and it's almost thriving. That one, it's always been happy. That cherry is just got some new growth coming on top of it, so that might survive. But yeah, it doesn't get fried in the morning, that, compared to most things. Solar panels are obviously doing well. That's it. So 2003, and interestingly enough, back in 2003, oak tree is magnificent up there. In 2003, the autumn. Oh yeah, there's a brooker. Where did you just come from? I don't know if you saw that or not. He was a big one. Maybe he was asleep down there. I've just woken him up. Tits. He was a big one. In 2003, just been listening to me batting on about 2003. In the autumn and the winter, all of that down there flooded, and that village down the bottom, you can see from up on my balcony, the houses had 1.60 meters of water, so all the downstairs level was totally underwater. So that bodes for an interesting. I've got a few of those Borlotto beans still alive. The onions, yeah, they're alive, only just. Not going to be a year for onions. Got those in too late as well. So yeah, all those little houses down there, all that field, all of that was under a lot of water. We kind of had that, a snippet of that. My peaches. A snippet of that in February. And we'll see. The little donkey shed here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip off those wooden panels. I'm going to put some perspex on that bit and that bit and turn that into a greenhouse. I've only got to mix a bit of soil in there with that donkey shit, and that'll be good, because I'm not planning on getting any animals quite yet. So there you go, all of that lot might be underwater at some stage later in the year. Anyway, that's me, that's the garden update. Have some breakfast. Barry doesn't mind the heat. You see all the, so that's the false acacia, what do they call them in the States? I'm always calling them that, I can't remember what it is now. Acacia robinei. And they don't like being fried by the heat, but they'll probably survive. Voila. I'm going to shut the windows of the house again. Really fed up with it being so hot so long now. It's been 2 months solid, 2.5 months solid now.